So in this video clip, I'm going to show you how you can do a fecal flotation at your own house. And so you can keep track of your horse's parasite count. And granted, I'm not a scientist, and that's not what I'm intending to be. But I like to be able to track my horse's parasite count so I can decide if I'm going to use a chemical dewormer, or if there's a situation or things have changed, where my horse is at. And with the resistance that's been happening with the parasites in the horses now, I think it's quite important, you know, that we do our part and don't chemical worm if we don't have to chemically worm. So there's some options out there, and I'm going to show you how I do it at home. And it is fairly easy, and amazingly enough, it is easy to see the eggs. I'm glad when I first started doing them that my first sample had some eggs in it, because I did get a sample where there was like maybe one or there was none. And so it was, I wouldn't have known what I was looking for. And there's lots of pictures on the net, so you can go and take a look at those, so you know what you're looking at when you look through your microscope. And I'm lucky enough with my microscope, I did get one with a digital camera, and so if there's something that I'm really not sure about, I just go ahead and take a picture of it, and I go ahead and I send it off to the lab, and they can take a look and let me know. So it works great. Hope you enjoy the video. So this here is a flotation solution. It's made with sugar and hot water, and I used a pound of white sugar and a cup and a half of hot water and stirred it, and then I stored it in the fridge. And so now I'm just going to measure out 40 milliliters of the sugar solution. And then I need to take my manure sample and get a tablespoon of that. So you don't need a lot, but you want to make sure that it's a fresh sample when you're getting it. And what the flotation solution does is when you mix it with the manure, it makes the eggs float to the top, and that's what you're going to be looking for in your microscope. So I'm just packing a tablespoon worth in here. This is exactly a tablespoon on one side of this measurement. So that's good there. And you can use a glass cup, whatever you want to use. I'm just going to put it in here because I'm going to mix my sugar solution along with it. So I'm adding the 40 milliliters of sugar solution. And now I'm going to stir it until it has an even consistency. That seems fairly even. Now I let it stand for 10 minutes. Now that the 10 minutes is up, you want to stir it again. And when you go to get your sample, if you can't get to it right away to do your flotation, then you can keep it in the fridge for probably about up to a week. As long as it's kept cool, it'll be okay. So again, I just stirred this after 10 minutes, and now we wait another 5 minutes. So now that 5 minutes has passed, we need to strain the manure. So I'm just going to put my strainer over top of my beaker here. And using the wooden spoon, I'm pressing as much material through the strainer as possible. And that looks like that's good enough. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour this solution into this little plastic test tube vial. And I'm going to make sure that I fill it enough that it gets that little bit of a rounded top on it. Because I'm going to place my glass cover on top of that. This is a glass cover, and I'm just going to plop it down so it's fairly centered. And that way all the eggs will come to the top there and be right on that glass cover, and then I'll put that on top of my slide. And so now that that's sitting on top of there, we'll wait another 10 minutes. So now that 10 minutes have passed, I want to lift my slide cover directly upwards and put it onto my slide immediately on a 45-degree angle. I'm placing it in the middle of the slide. A little bit off to the side, but that's pretty good there. And then we'll take a look under the microscope. So now I'm going to put my slide on my microscope here. And you want to have it on the lowest magnification. And you want to look at 12 fields of your slip cover there. Each field is viewed through the microscope on the lowest magnification when you're doing your 12 fields. And you can increase the magnification when you're looking for something more interesting. And you really have to keep track of where you're at. A lot of times I'll start right in the corner, and the most common eggs that you're going to find is the Strongyles eggs. And when you're looking at your fields, you want to go kind of in a zigzag down your slide cover there. So you're going to go down, and then you're going to move your slide over, then you're going to go up. Move your slide over, down, move it over, and then back up again. So it's just like a zigzag, so you can do 12 fields that are going to be all over the slide cover there. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this little video on doing a fecal egg count for your horse. And hopefully you don't have to worm as often as you have been worming. Or deworm, I should say. Hope you found it informative.